Hello everyone, this is update for March 7, 2024, day 743 of the war, end of the date update. Also catch up for March 5 and 6. So I'm gonna start right away with military update, and I'm gonna do walkthrough over the front line in a clockwise fashion, the way I always do. So, sorry. So the situation along the state border remains more or less the same. No essential changes there. Now let's jump to the North Lugansk front line. Things here are somewhat quieter. At this point, Russian troops are not even attempting attacks towards Kupiansk from the southeast. The only sort of area of contention is this village Terna, where Russian troops are attempting to approach the village. They're still not there. They're making small advances, 100 to 200 meters over, let's say 3, 4, 5 days. So just very small advances there. Otherwise, this section of the front line is relatively quiet. Now let's jump to the situation on the North Donbass front line. Things here also relatively quieter. Here, again, some Russian pressure against Bilogorivka. Again, don't have any reasonable explanation for that. Nevertheless, that pressure continues there. Then there's pressure that remains west of Bakhmut. It's noticeably weaker. This looks more like just a distraction pressure from the main areas where Russian command is putting main effort on the entire front line, and that's obviously central Donbass section of the front line. So again, going back to this big picture situation, it's very clear that Russian command is pulling all of its resources into two areas. One is being west of Avdiyivka, and the other one is being west of Marinka and southwest of Marinka. Essentially, those are two main areas where all of the Russian resources are going at this point. So they pulled everything from the North Lugansk, from Zaporizhya front line. Everything is basically channeled into this area. The situation around Avdiyivka is right now stalemate. Ukrainian command brought some additional troops, some reserves. They being thrown in purely tactical counterattacks. So the way this sort of situation right now in the balance. However, this is probably temporary balance situation. Once Ukrainian command burns through those reserves that they brought in, then the advance of Russian side will resume and will continue. So it does all look as a temporary sort of stop in inevitable development of the situation. And the reason I'm saying inevitable is because of the skill set of Ukrainian troops and Ukrainian command that is not capable of doing, let's say, modern or not so modern warfare, even at the level of World War I and World War II. So basically, all Ukrainian command is capable at this point is extremely rigid defense, which is simply does not work against improving quality of the command on the Russian side. It improves extremely slowly. It's not, it's very small, but it's enough to sort of tilt the scale in the favor of Russian side, especially giving the Russia's advantage in general in resources and giving that this is war of attrition. Then, if we move a little bit south, so Russian command is pushing with all force. West of Marinka towards northwest of Marinka, Krasnohorivka, and then southwest towards Novomikhailivka. So the In general, it looks like the effort is split almost 50-50 between these two areas. So it would not be sort of fair to say that the main effort is Avdiyivka. Almost the same effort is actually dedicated towards this Marinka area. I would call it Marinka or Krasnohorivka, Marinka, and Novomikhailivka area. So and then going back to the situation around Avdiivka, so Ukrainian forces stabilized front line along those three villages, which is Berdichi, or Orlivka, and Toninke. So essentially, at this point, the front line is stable there. But as I said before, this is looks like a temporary reprieve, and similar situation here around Marinka. Now let's move and look what's going on at the Zaporizhya front line. Things here are fairly quiet. There's no major Russian pressure at this point on this section of front line. Everything is fairly quiet. Now let's jump to the situation along the Dnipro River. Things here also fairly quiet. No major pressure from the Russian side to destroy Ukrainian bridgeheads. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.